What is up? We have a banger video idea today. What could every single NBA player get away with saying? A tier list. I'm not going to go through every single person. I'm only going to name them if I think it's like significant. So like, sorry, Isaiah Hartenstein not getting named. We'll start with Lou Dort. I think Lou Dort could get away with saying a lot. And I'm talking about this significantly affects their career. I think if Lou Dort was like, I hate everybody and this guy sucks and this guy, people would be like, that's kind of tough. So he would probably get away with it. People would still hate on him, but I don't think he really cares. Shea, I think you're cooked. Shea's kind of operating on borrowed time, in my opinion. It's just a matter of time before somebody beats him. He's just said too many corny things. If he made some crazy comment, I think people right now would just be like, would immediately jump on the hate train, including me. I can't lie. Jared McCain, I think it depends on the context. I think people would give him the benefit of the doubt. Cade Cunningham, I think it depends on the context. Depends on the context is basically like if he says something crazy, then it's probably going to get a reaction. He said something that's like nothing, it's probably going to be nothing. You know what I mean? Victor Wembanyama, probably the green light. He says something cool, people love it. He says something weird, people love it. He says something mean, people love it. It's like he kind of is one of those guys that's just going to get away with whatever he says. We'll move on to Jason Tatum. He looked at me funny. He says normal stuff and it's just corny. Imagine if he said something like controversial, people would just light him up immediately. Jaylen Brown, I think, is in the same boat. They kind of both operate in this weird world of like thinking they're super, super tough and everything they says is like, let's write that down. Like, let's be real. Jalen Brunson, he's just like a sweetheart. I can't imagine him saying anything crazy. I'd say he'd probably get away with it. If it came out that he said some insane thing like 5 years ago, people would be like, it's whatever, like whatever. Josh Hart, I think he's got the green light. He says some crazy stuff all the time. If he really said something bad, I still think people would just find it funny. So I can't imagine people really caring about that. Karl Anthony Towns, he's got the green light because if he says something like Jaden Ivey said, people would just think he's part of the community, so he gets the pass. You know what I mean? He could probably get away with just about anything. Let's go Luka Doncic. Luka's an interesting one. I think he gets heavily scrutinized for literally everything, but he's one of those like people that on the court, he's a demon. Off the court, he's just the nicest guy ever. I'm going to say it depends on the context. I feel like he's just classic. He said something crazy. If it was like kind of whatever in certain situations, people would probably be okay with it. Other situations, probably not so much. Austin Reeves, I feel like he's got the green light at this point. He hasn't said anything bad ever. I just think maybe I'm not the right guy to like talk about this, but if he said the N-word, do you think anybody would be like, boo? I think people would just be like, that's respect. Like, I don't know, man. LeBron is like, he could literally fit all of these because he could say anything. I would be like, he's right. But also, like, he gets scrutinized for literally everything. So he's like an impossible person to rank in this case. I think at this point, if he said something absolutely crazy, it'd be like, it's LeBron. Like, what are we talking about? DeAndre Ayton, he's in. He looked at me funny. DeAndre Ayton says anything, we're just gonna be like, bruh, get him out of here. Like, I bet the Lakers are just waiting for him to say anything. Bronny tried to slip away. I think he looked at me funny. Actually, I think some people will. I'll put him in your cooked. Like, if Bronny came out here, said some controversial thing, I think the media would just be like, you don't even deserve to be here. But then there'd be some people be like, Bronny, that's kind of tough. Like, you know what I mean? James Harden. I think it depends on the context. I think people just like him. He's like a likable dude. Donovan Mitchell, same tier. Şengün, I think he looked at me funny. I just think the way he plays basketball is so annoying that if he said anything crazy, I'd be like, get him out of here. Get him up out of here. And maybe some people are like, yeah, we all watching Alperen Şengün hoops. I'm not one of those guys. I can't imagine being one of those guys. Respectfully, he's out of the league if he says anything at all. Kevin Durant. I have no idea. He's got to be green light, right? Like, he's literally called his teammates, like, stupid idiots. And then he goes and plays with them. And then he requests a trade. And everyone's like, well, he's Kevin Durant. You know who he is. So he's going to have a PR team backing him up literally regardless of what he does. Jokic is definitely in green light. I think if he said literally anything, it would either be he's not from here, so it's okay. He's the best player in the world, so he's awesome. Or, ooh, he's so tough. Like, he just doesn't care about what anybody says. Like, that sort of thing. If he said the N-word, I think people would just be like, it's Jokic, you know what I mean? Julius Randle probably gets away with it. Just one of those guys. Like, basically the whole Timberwolves is going to be like this. Jaden McDaniels is interesting. I'm going to put him in probably gets away. He's not quite green light, but he like calls people out. He could call people trash. He said something like controversial. I think people would get on his case and be like, hey, that's not nice. So he's not on this tier where you could literally say anything. And green light. Oh my, he could say anything. He's, you know what? We're going to start doing it like this. I'm not going to do this for everyone. I think that this is good so far. This is the ranking. Ant could say literally anything, even more than like LeBron could say, and people would think it's hilarious, it's tough, it's funny, whatever. So he's good. Jalen Johnson, you're probably cooked. You just don't have enough PR as it is. Risha, this dude Zach, they're probably looking for a reason to get rid of him. Scotty Barnes is low key. He's high on this. He could maybe be. I'll put him here because if he said anything, it could be like a well. It's Scotty Barnes. Like, well, he's not quite all the way there. Even though I don't think Scotty actually is, like, stupid. I think he's actually pretty smart. Like, I think he knows that he's funny. But, you know, if he said anything crazy, it would just be too funny for anybody to care. Cancelable, that's another. He and Austin are in, like, their own tier. You know what? I'm making a new tier. We added a new tier a little bit late into the video. But I just thought of it. It's white dude with a little motion. Jokic and Luka, like, they don't fit that. These dudes, they say whatever. They're just, people just like, hey, respect. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, LaMelo Ball. Oh my gosh. LaMelo, he gets cooked a little bit, but again, he just like lets it fly on air, on TV. Yeah, he's definitely fine. Joel Embiid, maybe you're cooked, but you're like a little bit less cooked. Paul George, I think he gets away with like nothing on the court. I think off the court, he has his own podcast. He's probably pretty chill. It probably depends on the context. Because he'd be like one of those things, it's like, he's so real for that. Or it'd be like, actually, I'm going to put him and probably get away with it. I bet he could get away. Just because he has a podcast. Like, and that's just like his whole thing is like, actually, nah, podcast fee ain't getting away with anything. It depends on the context. Tyrese Maxey, I don't know. He just seems like a nice guy. It depends on the context. Devin Booker, you know, he made a comment about like, oh, the refs are being unfair. Respect. Like, I respect that. So I think it depends on the context. Like, if Shea popped out and was like, yo, the refs, people would be like, what are you talking about? Jalen Green, I'm gonna put him right next to Jared McCain. They're just like the same person for some reason to me. Desmond Bane, I was not familiar with your game, but recently I feel like you're probably getting away with it. I feel like you belong in this tier. Paolo's another just like, couldn't imagine him saying anything crazy, so he's just going to be in the middle. Kawhi Leonard's low-key got insane PR. Feels like he literally did like that whole tree scandal. Everybody forgot about it, so he's pretty high up on here. I think here, when it gets into like the genuinely like he actually did something kind of crazy and they still swept it under the rug, like that's when you know it's green light. Batum, he looked at me funny, bro. Get out of here with all of that, bro. Like, you know that one bar where it's like, it's the fourth quarter, why is Batum in? Like, he's not even a bad player, but he's just one of those guys. It's like, if he popped out and said something crazy, not even crazy, if he said anything at all, we'd just be like, why are you talking? Khalil Ware is like borderline Scotty Barnes sort of vibes, but I'm gonna put him here. I'm worried that my thing isn't gonna be in the way. Let me check that real quick. Clutch player of the year, I shrunk my face. We're good now. We're good, bro. Oh, I forgot to do Chet. Chet is a definite, like, he could be a he looked at me fun. Nah, I think you're cooked because people don't actually hate him. They just think he's corny. He and Shea are together. They're both cornballs. Tyler Hero, again, perfect tier. I love that this is now a tier because he just is perfectly white dude with a little motion. Like, he says anything, it's like, oh, Luke Cornett, yeah, he fits that tier. I'm putting him in there. Bam, I think he's low-key cooked because I think after the 83-point game, if he was like, I'm low-key a top 10 player, we'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, he's on a little bit of thin ice. We'll put him above Jalen Johnson. Denny Avdia, top of the list. Don't really need to say more. He's got a whole army behind him. He's got a whole lot of PR. Just too much PR. He could do anything and it'll be swept under the rug one way or another. Sorry. It's just a stupid, it's a joke. It's a joke. But we're putting him here. You gotta be top of he looked at me funny, bro. Like, Pajensky, if you said, oh my, if you even speak at all, people get mad at you. People will get mad at you no matter what you do. You're just cooked. You could be in your own tier, but I'm not gonna make another tier for you. That's too much work for who you are. You're not even a bad player. Like, Pajensky's like not that bad, but people just hate on him and that sticks. So he's gonna be in he looked at me funny. Pat Spencer came out here swinging, said a bunch of slurs. Are we going to be like, what are you doing? I'm not. Maybe I'm not the best guy again. Pat Spencer, you got the green light. You should be in green light, but we have a separate tier for this sort of green light, Okay, this might be an unpopular take. I think Draymond Green's got the green light. I think it's pretty high too. I think you give Draymond Green his own podcast. I actually watched a couple episodes. It's so funny. Draymond just lets it go, whatever he's thinking, and he's gotten away with it. Like, people scrutinize him, but green light means you can say anything and people will still be like, let's keep him in the league. Draymond's like that because he just has that reputation, so it's whatever. Curry's probably get away with it. I just think, again, PR team of doom, people love him, but because he has a reputation for being nice, if he said something crazy, it would be a little bit more crazy. But Dylan Brooks, again, he's another one of those guys. He's probably getting away with it. He's not quite Draymond Green level because it's like, to me, everybody knows, including him, what he's doing is a little bit of like role play. Like, he's trying to be the villain. And I think a little bit of it is natural. A little bit of it is like stage, whatever. And I appreciate that. Like, I love what he's doing, honestly. But if he actually went and said something pretty crazy, people would be like, yeah, it's Dylan Brooks. What do you expect? If he said something like really, really insane, it would be like, yeah, okay. Now, like, drop the act, buddy. Like, you're not that guy. So, yeah, that's the tier list. Let me know how I did. Let me know what I should change. It's a little bit confusing, I know. But I think the concept, it's pretty potent. Let me know if I missed anybody that you think is important. Obviously, you can make the case for just about anybody, but I wanted to make it a pretty condensed video. So, let me know. Peace out, y'all.